Hey, what are you gonna do with your master's degree? Cry on it! First weekly report on my writing situation, and it's fine, I guess. This used to be the whole point of the YouTube channel, and it kind of got out of hand, very out of hand, but I think I'm just gonna focus on this. It'll give me some accountability that I used to have while I was in master's. Hey, shout out, I guess. That's something I used to have in master's and now I don't, especially now since I'm unemployed. So right now, this is for May 5th to May 11th, and I've written 15 pages. 15 pages is a lot. It should be a lot, but I find myself thinking that, oh, 15 pages. You wrote 10 pages in 3 hours. What's the fucking point? And that's really not cool, and I'm trying to move past that kind of mindset, because at the same time, for the last week, I've been feeling a little bit down. The story has been challenging to write. I have been challenging in general, like I'm a challenging person to be. Not really, why did I say that? I've just been having a tough time. The reason why I'm having a tough time is because I looked at the word count of my novel and it made me feel bad, because back in my master's program, my thesis professor, Eric Smith, hey, I'm not sure if you're gonna ever watch this, whatever. He said that regular YA novels go for 60,000 words. And considering my original thesis went for 100,000 words, I felt bad. And that badness has been going on for like a couple of months before I started writing again. And then, oh, I just started earlier this year. And then right now I'm seeing that it's in 50 and I'm not even close to finishing the novel yet. So I've been feeling very down on myself, like, why am I doing this? But at the same time, he did say during that time where we had this exercise about making a query letter that I very optimistically put in 90,000 words for this novel. And there was a bit of hesitation when people saw it, when he saw it, and then my other teacher saw it, and she was like, so what do you think about the word count? And he was like, 90,000 words is the limit. Like, that's going to be my hard limit. If it's going to go beyond 90,000 words, I have to rethink the fucking novel, or at least make huge edits. Right now, it's sitting pretty at 50,000, which I'm not very happy with. At the same time, I don't think I'll get to 90,000, which, oh my god. I want to say that I'll be done by the end of this month, and that's what I'm aiming for. So we're already at the climax chapters. Those are chapters that I'm already like kind of used to writing, because I've been writing this story for the last 10 years, and I've been doing a lot of iterations on it, and it's been very difficult to write, at the same time very easy to write, because I'm very good at writing the beginning and very good at writing the end. It's just a lot of middle is lost in here. It really fucked me up knowing that I'm already at 50,000 words, but I'm going to move past it because there's nothing I can do about it now, and I'm just going to try and write the best story that I can write and the story I want to write, and then figure it out from there. I actually have had this beta reader named Lauren. Hi Lauren, if you're watching, I don't know, who knows? She has given me some notes from chapters 1 to 10. It's a little bit slow going because Lauren is doing other things in her life, and I understand that. I already know where I'm lacking, because I love pointing out my own faults and, you know, being a mean bitch to myself. But at the same time, I have no, like, specific area of the faults. Like, I don't know what page or which chapter the faults lie, and her pointing them out, not really like pointing them out in a mean way, but letting me know that, oh, this doesn't really make any sense, or oh, this part isn't as strong, or it could be stronger. that's very helpful to me because at least now I can go back and be like, okay, so I have to fix this or tweak this at this point. I'm not going to go back and edit that right now because that's going to take a lot of time that I don't have, and it's important that I get this just finished. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be done. So I'm going to finish it, and then I'm going to edit it for the rest of the fucking year when I'm querying it already. Or if maybe my agent, hopefully my agent points the same things out, I'll be like, got you, girl. I got this. You know what? I already know that I messed up. I already know where I made the wrongs. I just want a book, okay? I just want this to happen to me at least once, and then I'll be fine. Not really, because, you know, if I write a book and never get published ever again, that's gonna be tough on my self-esteem. But the idea is that if I write a book and it gets published, I can do it again at some point. Hopefully. So that's where I'm at with writing the novel. I'm gonna start again next week. Tomorrow, but next week. And hopefully it goes well then. Another writing thing that I did was this collaboration project with one of my internet friends, Hannah. Hi, Hannah. It was for this podcast by Jeffrey Craner, Joseph Fink from Night Vale, and it's called Start With This. And basically in that episode, I don't know, they gave us an exercise, and it was something that Hannah and I did for, you know, fun or funsies, and it really worked out fun. I liked collaborating with her, and I liked writing a story with somebody else. I don't think I'll do the sentence by sentence thing again because it felt weird, but I like the idea of collaborating. I've always liked the idea of collaborating with somebody, but this is the first time I've ever actually tried. So I'm gonna upload that audio because we had to send it to another person to act it out, and you know, I'll upload the audio at some point in my channel, which I will link below. How do you work this thing? I don't know. We created a story that I'm very interested in. One day I might revisit it with her and start a podcast, like a proper like drama audio podcast. But right now I don't think I have the mental capacity to do another writing project. Maybe at some point, but now, A couple of things that I did this week was set up a couple of writing workshops, and like it's fiction writing for beginners. I didn't want to do a writing workshop until after I get published, but then I was like, it's just for beginners, it's fine, and you need the money because you're unemployed. Teaching has always been one of my things. Like, I kind of like teaching, like the few times I did it before, and you know, it's something to put on my resume, I guess, to be somebody who did a writing workshop for beginners. That's something I'm looking forward to. I already reached out to a couple of places, and one of them reached back, touched me back, thank you. And the other one, I kind of discussed it in person, but then they never really came back to me, so it's something exciting and something I really want to do, and it's not like I'm gonna do like actual school work for them. It's just going to be a really short couple of hours with like a couple of exercises and, you know, just little fun stuff, and it's just for beginners. It's not like I'm like carrying a whole program. I'm not gonna do that yet, hopefully. Another thing that I did was do a D&D campaign, or start to do a D&D campaign. For the last week, I just set up like the finishing touches of the world. I did some character building, and then I did some item gathering, which was really fun, and I really like to do it a lot. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out for the campaign, which is a huge bummer because I, you know, had fun with it, and I wanted to share it with my friends, and life just got in the way. One of my friends did show up to play it with me, so that was fun, but it wasn't the kind of thing that I was hoping it would be. But maybe in the future, you know, at least I have a couple of characters I can use in other games, and then I'll have a world if in case I become a DM again. Plans for next week, write a lot more, and I have a shoot for my Facebook page for my writing workshop. That's not something I thought I would be saying this year or any year. And I might even start driving lessons because I don't have anything else to do. And it's healthy to spend time away from your art. So I'm gonna try to kind of fill up my buckets to a reasonable level and, you know, take time away from writing so that by the time I come back, I'll be happy to write and not be burnt out right away. I'm gonna start reading a book. It's this book, The Great American Whatever by Tim Federal? I don't know. I've only got into this much of the book, and it's not bad. It's just not really tickling my tits right now. I don't know why I said that, but it's happening. I'm gonna give it a shot because my teachers always said to read the kind of fiction that you're gonna write, so ta-da! Very up my alley. Sad gay boy. Yep. Instead of watching YouTube and Twitch and listening to podcasts, which, I mean, podcast is basically audiobooks at this point. But regardless, I should be doing reading so that I can, you know, practice sort of my craft and like learn from people who have been published and just get, you know, the creative juices flowing, because art begets art. I have this sort of event, there's this pitch event on Twitter where you kind of pitch your novel and then agents, like real life agents, kind of see what you got and you can reach out to them. And I don't really have to do this, but I feel like it's going to be a really good starting point for me to just get out there. And if I do find agents who in the end don't want my book, I'm just gonna, you know, weed myself through, go through their agency and see what other agents are there and go through other people, you know, everywhere. It's just a huge networking thing that I feel like I can be part of and take advantage of, which sounds really bad, but you know, it's a good jumping point. My original deadline was the end of June, but my new deadline is going to be June 6th. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to my workshop. If, you know, they ever call me back, stick around, subscribe, something might happen, or at least more of these videos will show up.